Okay, I am in labor and delivery. Hi, I'm Ellen, for those of you who don't know, and I'm 23 weeks pregnant with identical twin boys, and I'm going to be updating you today. Just going to put it out there. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm sitting in my lazy boy right now with my heating pad on my back, but if I'm a little bit more subdued today, it's because of the pain. Kind of impacts my whole disposition and mood. But I had a scary week this past week. I was sent to labor and delivery unexpectedly when I went in for a doctor's appointment. So I went in for a routine doctor's appointment, thinking everything was normal, and they took my blood pressure and my weight, and I have gained 19 pounds in the past 4 weeks, and I had an elevated blood pressure of like 140 over 86. With my weight gain and my higher blood pressure and the fact that I have headaches that sometimes don't always go away with Tylenol, that concerned the doctor. Oh, and I've had upper right rib pain occasionally the past couple of days. They said all of those symptoms together, a little bit alarming, and to rule out preeclampsia, I had to go to labor and delivery. So that's where I am now, and hopefully everything's okay. But the babies looked great. We got to see them 2 times. We had 2 different little ultrasounds, and they look adorable and cute as ever. But me, not so much. I'll keep you posted. I feel hopeful. I don't have a terrible feeling about it. I really don't think I have preeclampsia, but I mean, I could totally be wrong about that. But we'll see. And I just have to say, I am always impressed with myself whenever I come to the hospital here for my doctor's appointments. I bet a lot of people can relate to this, but man, I had to give 2 urine samples today, and I had to go to the bathroom on my own 2 separate times. But I went to the bathroom like 4 times within half an hour of each other, each time like urgently had to pee. Oh my gosh, it really draws attention to it when I'm here, because I'm keeping track of how frequently I'm going to the bathroom, and man, that frequent urination is no joke. It's very real. Every time they're like, "Can you give me a urine sample?" I'm like, I got you. Okay, so all of my blood pressures have consistently been good since I've been here in labor and delivery, and all of my lab values looked good to the doctor. They're waiting on one, but they said either way, if the last one is good or not, I could still go home and it wouldn't change their recommendation. So things are looking pretty good. I think I'm in the clear for now, and I must just have like white coat syndrome and have high blood pressure when I come into the office initially, but it just kept going down. So it's good news. So although I was cleared from the hospital, they did say the only thing that they couldn't really figure out why it was happening was my rapid weight gain. So they said that could be an indication that I will develop preeclampsia down the line. Everything else could have been explained. My high blood pressure, the rib pain, the headaches, but the weight gain, they said they're gonna monitor it closely and just monitor me more closely now, because I am at a higher risk for developing preeclampsia. This whole situation just made everything a little bit more scary and real, and both my husband and I feel like we need to really prepare for the worst, or just prepare for the babies to come earlier, because she said that if it had been preeclampsia, the only cure is delivering the babies, and that I would have to deliver them early. So because of that, we decided to put his basement renovations on hold for now and just focus our energy more towards getting all the essentials in place for the babies. So this past week, he assembled our changing table and he assembled the dresser. I did some more of my baby laundry, folded the clothes, put them away, and I'm just going to be using as much energy as I can, any bouts of energy that I have now, to do anything to prepare for the babies, because the fact that they're twins means that we don't really know what to expect, but we just need to be really prepared. Okay, so in terms of my symptoms this past week, my back pain has gone from bad to worse. It's very upsetting. It's really upsetting because it just feels like inescapable. You can't really get away from it. You know it's just gonna get worse. And the most comfortable positions, like sitting in a lazy boy, which used to be really comfortable for me, or lying on the couch, lying in my bed, it's not comfortable anymore. And it's just inescapable. It kind of feels like a nightmare. But since my back pain has been so debilitating, the only things that I have found that help me are my Cozy Bump pregnancy pillow. I reviewed that on Friday last week, and you can check out the link up here or here, wherever it pops up, if you want to hear my review of this magical Cozy Bump pillow that's really helped me. But what I've been doing is kind of, whenever I have the chance to do nothing, which has been a lot, I just lay down on my Cozy Bump, watch TV, or rest. And I alternate between this Cozy Bump pillow and my lazy boy. So once I'm done laying on the Cozy Bump, I lay in my chair. And even though the chair is uncomfortable, I kind of have rigged up a system so it's not as uncomfortable. So my physical therapist told me that the heating pad should go on my upper back. I've been tucking a little towel in my lower back so there's no arch, and putting the heat on my shoulder, upper back area. But the Cozy Bump also can go in the pool, and I filmed myself getting in the pool with the Cozy Bump. I'm gonna insert that here just so you can see how I did on the Cozy Bump in the pool. So my husband was nice enough to set up this little pool for me in the backyard. It's just enough for me to get in, feel weightless, and float around on my Cozy Bump. But first I had to skim the pool because there's already a couple little pieces of debris that fell in the pool. But I was able to lay face down on my raft and just float around. It was very comfortable. I loved it. Worked out perfectly as a pool raft. And I just kind of alternated between the Cozy Bump and then just laying in the pool provided me relief, because I would just float and feel weightless, and I wouldn't feel any pain because I didn't have that weight pushing down on my back. So this was a really nice, little relaxing, comfortable situation. So one of my biggest symptoms this past week in my pregnancy, aside from the back pain, is just all of the emotions. I think it's influenced by a lot. Obviously there's a lot hormonally going on, but I think I'm not sleeping as well. I'm in a lot of pain. I feel worried about the babies, about myself, about everything going okay, and I feel like I just want to put out there into the world, into YouTube, so that if you're watching this and you're in the same boat, you might also feel not alone and comforted. What I've been trying my hardest to do this past week is kind of indulging whatever I want to do. And when I say what I want to do is not be in pain, and I want to relax, and I want to rest, and I want to feel good. So any opportunity that I can to just be still, find a spot where I'm comfortable, I do it. When I find something that I really want to eat, I eat it. When I find myself so tired that I could fall asleep and I'm able to, I try to sleep. And just kind of being okay with not being myself, I just accept it. So it's not totally normal to be a big bump on a log all the time for me, and it's not totally normal to not be socializing as much. or I don't know, like I feel like I used to be more active and doing things, and I just kind of like feel okay with like not being my total self, because I'm not my total self right now. I am pregnant with 2 other people. But what I would say that one of the biggest things that's kind of helped is like just like letting go of feeling like useless around the house and useless as like, you know, a member of society. I kind of just feel like a little bit useless, and just try to let that go and realize like this is temporary. It's gonna get better, I hope. And we're doing it for the greater good here. Like there's something else at work that's so wonderful, and we're just the ones taking the hit. And I really look forward to being able to like look back at myself and be able to say like, it's okay, they're here, everything's fine, and it's all totally worth it. But until that future moment happens, you know, in the moment, it can be pretty hard sometimes. And while I'm going through it, I just thought I would put it out there to you that if you're also feeling some type of way about being pregnant, you aren't alone. I feel you, and you are strong, and you can do things that you never really thought you could do because you don't have much of a choice. But like I said, I know all of my emotions are totally influenced by how much pain I'm in, like actually at the moment, and the fact that I'm not sleeping. Like that can make everything worse. Things are like okay this past week, you know, luckily we dodged the preeclampsia bullet and everything, you know, everything is okay. But I would also be lying if I said it isn't like just a little bit hard. Okay, anyway, but a more, I guess, cute and exciting thing would be my baby bump. So let's focus on that. I'm gonna show you how I'm looking at 23 weeks pregnant. So my dress is a little baggy, so just kind of pull it a little tight, but this is how I'm looking at 23 weeks pregnant with twins. Anyway, that is all I have for today. It's been a little bit of an emotional, stressful, scary week, but the bottom line is everything's good at this point. Everyone's healthy, and everything will be fine. I'm gonna be back with a little bit more fun of a video on Wednesday. So if you wanna tune back in then, I'm gonna be sharing with you some ways that I have heard and learned that you too could conceive twins. So if you're interested at all in hearing about those little tips and tricks on how to conceive twins, check back in on Wednesday and I will be telling you what I have learned. Okay, but until then, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!